Welcome everybody, Jack here from Gingerbets and welcome to the Gingerbets Golf Betting Insights weekly YouTube show. This week I'm previewing the RBC Canadian Open taking place at St George's Golf and Country Club just outside of Toronto. It's been a 2-year wait for fans of golf in Canada, but the Canadian Open returns after a 2-year hiatus due to COVID, and we're back at St George's Golf and Country Club, who last hosted the event in 2010. Those of you that are new to the Gingerbets Golf Betting Insights channel, let me tell you what's coming your way in next 8, 9, 10 minutes maximum. I'm going to be breaking down the course. I'm going to be looking at the key skill sets that are required to lift that trophy come Sunday evening. And I'm going to bring you my best outright selections for this week's event. But before I do that, a bit of housekeeping from last week, if I may. If you're new to this channel and enjoy your golf, looking to take your golf betting more seriously in 2022, then can I encourage you, have a look in the description box below, and there you're going to find details on how to register for the Gingerbets Golf Betting Insights weekly newsletter. This is one well-researched newsletter direct to your inbox, no sales pitch, no spam, just well-researched information to save you time, make you more informed and give you an edge over the bookmakers. Those of you that were lucky enough to tune in last week will have been pointed in the direction of Billy Horschel, 80-1 winner, half a point each way, 80-1 in the UK, 70-1 in the USA. And in the newsletter last week, we also touched upon the key skill sets areas that we do each and every week. I go over those in these videos, but to digest it in your own time, you can sign up to the newsletter and there is lots of little nuggets in there. Last week we touched upon the importance of scrambling and greening regulations, and Billy Horschel, he topped the scrambling data and the greening regulations gained on the week data. That was the key to victory, and that is what he did all throughout the week. He hit plenty of greens, scrambled well, and that enabled him to get the job done. So that's what we do each and every week here at Gingerbets. Let's hope after a very dismal 4 or 5 months that we can continue on last week's form and get you another winner this week. So take a look in the description box and all the details are there. But the course this week, a par 70 St George's Golf and Country Club, but it is a different layout to usual. 5 par 3s on offer, just the 3 par 5s, and the rest made up of par 4s, some under 400 yards in length, and 6 of them over 450 yards in length, should I say. It is tight off the tee. It is a technical layout, this course. It's not a course that you can overpower, but it's the greens that are going to cause difficulty to the players, or on approach, should I say. These greens are heavily bunkered, and we're going to come on to that in our skill sets required section. I'm expecting a winning score this week of circa 20 under par. I do think a 62, 63 will be out there day one for sure, and that'll set up some low scoring for the week. It won't be the hardest of courses, and I think that these elite level players will be able to take advantage. So the key skill sets for me this week, I'm not going to dwell on them too much, but it's driving accuracy. Again, I don't think this is a course that can be overpowered, and I do believe that it's undulating from what I can see and the data that I can read, and therefore playing to the right parts of the fairways, giving yourself good and flat lies will open up an access to those pins and give you an advantage over your competitors. So driving accuracy, not often we say it, but that's a key stat for me this week. Then the most important stat on tour, strokes gained approach play. It is every week, and this week I see it no different. So we're going to look for players that are dialed in with their irons, and I've certainly selected a portfolio that are doing that right now. Then I want to look at another area that is going to be of key importance, and that's par 3 scoring. We've got 5 of them this week, and it makes sense to look at those players. It also links into approach play, but par 3 scoring will be the third key skill set of the week. Then I want to look at par 4s over 450 yards in length. There's 3 short par 4s on this course that all the players will be able to take advantage of, and the par 5s they'll be able to take advantage of because they're all reachable. But it's those long and demanding par 4s. Who are the players that can cope with those, survive, build on that scorecard, save par, and take advantage of the easier opportunities on the course? And that's what I want to look at. And then last, but certainly not least, I've touched upon it in the course preview, lots of bunkers this week surrounding these greens. We're going to look at sand save percentage as our 5th and final key stat for the week. So to recap, it's accuracy, approach play, par 3 scoring, 50 yards or greater par 4 scoring, and strokes gained sand saves. They're the 5 key skill sets. Let's have a look at the outright portfolio for the week. headlining the selection then. I've not gone far down the market this week to get my first pick, but he's a player that I cannot avoid. He's winning tournaments, and not just tournaments, major championships when he's got his B game. And even with his B game, he statistically sets up so well. When we look at the last 36 rounds on tour and all the data, he's first in tee to green performance, first in proximity to the hole, 6th in green in regulations gained, and in the top 10 for scrambling. I can't see him out the top 10 this week, but he will be a win-only selection, and it's Justin Thomas, 10-1 in the UK, 9-1 in the USA in his journey to world number one. He'll be desperate to take home this easy trophy. In a field like this is one that he can easily win. He could skip this field a merry dance and win by 4 or 5, so he will headline the portfolio at a not exciting 10-1. Second up, it would be remiss of me not to include a player from Canada surely this week. Well, this is a player that's an elite level ball striker that strategically plays well off the tee. He can club down when required. He's got a really consistent driver. In terms of his approach play, he's an absolute beast with iron in hand. He hits more green in regulations than many on tour. He ranks 6th over the last 36 rounds on tour for green in regulations gained. He's in the top 10 for tee to green performance. And if he can hold some more putts this week, Corey Connors at a non-exciting 20-1 in the USA, but slightly better 22-1, 8 places in the UK. He'll be the second selection of the week. Third selection of the week, the player that I'm probably most excited about. He was the headline selection, but early on in the week, but he slightly got pipped by Thomas. His stats are just far too good to ignore. But this is a player with 2 top 10s in his last 4 starts, returning to form, and it's the last 2 events that interest me most. He's gained strokes over the field, off the tee, with approach play, around the green and putting, all the key skill stat areas. He's gained strokes over his last 2 events, which shows me that he's returning to form. He's getting consistency in all parts of his game. And in this weaker field, at 25-1, 28-1 in the UK, Tony Finau will be the third selection of the week. Fourth selection of the week is a player that I often avoid, but his stats this week are really compelling. In his last 11 events, he's gained strokes with approach play. That tells you exactly where his iron game is right now. He's got 2 top 10s in his last 6 events worldwide. Again, he should have competed a lot better just a few weeks back at the Charles Schwab where he fell away. But I believe that Harold Varner at 40-1 on short courses under 7,200 yards, where there's plenty of birdie opportunities, where approach play and driving distance or driving accuracy is key. He has got an outstanding chance, and he's trending in the right direction. He just needs to improve his Sunday performances, and at 40-1, 8 places available, he'll be the 4th selection of the week. And the 5th and final selection of the week is a player 80-1. He scored a 10 last week in the first round and still managed to make the cut. He's 9th in strokes gained approach play over the last 36 rounds on tour. He's gained strokes with his approach play in each of his last 8 events. It tells you exactly where his iron game is right now. He actually finished 17th for green in regulations gained and 17th for strokes gained approach last week. And I believe at 80-1 in the USA, that price will definitely not last. 50-1, best price I've seen so far in the UK. He's not been priced up at all the companies, but CT Pan will be the 5th and final selection of the week. If CT doesn't make it this week because he's only been priced up at 3 or 4 bookmakers in the UK, which maybe suggests he might not make the field, then he will be replaced by Tyler Duncan, 125-1 in the UK and the USA. He's dialed in with his irons right now. He's gaining strokes in plenty of his 8, I think, of his last 9 events. He's gained strokes with his irons. He's an accurate driver of the ball, and I believe he can outrun his odds. So he will replace CT Pan in the main portfolio, but he's also in the outsiders to consider section, which is in the newsletter. So I'll be backing him. Do not miss out on the weekly newsletter. There's so much more information than I can bring you in these short videos that's sure to help you with your golf betting each and every week. Good luck with all your bets this week. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll be back next week to preview the 3rd major of the year, the US Open. Good luck and bye from me.